Welcome to Freshwater Stadium in beautiful Port Vila, where Australia's under 23s face Vanuatu in the first match of the PacificAus Sports Football Series. The last time the two countries met was June 4th, 2004, when a John Aloisi brace either side of a Brett Emerton strike sealed a 3-0 win for the Socceroos in Adelaide. Tony Vidmar was in the starting lineup that night, and fittingly, he's in the dugout this afternoon, leading a new crop of under-23s in their first hit-out. Let's go to the team news, and it's an entirely A-League-based squad for Australia, with Melbourne City goalkeeper Patrick Beach captaining the side. In defence, Hayden Matthews and Nathan Paul. Melbourne Victory's Casey Boss at left-back, with Panache Madania of Adelaide United on the right-hand side of the defence. A midfield three of Oscar Priestman, Adrian Segacic and Ethan Alagic. Two seasoned A-League campaigners in MacArthur's Jed Drew and Newcastle's Clayton Taylor on the wings. Perth Glory's new signing Nathaniel Blair up front. And after leading Vanuatu to an OFC Nations Cup final for the first time, coach Giuliano Schmeling has cast the net wide in search of talent for the World Cup qualifiers in October, with only 11 of the 23 players retaining their places from the Nations Cup squad. There are 5 new faces in the starting lineup as Dick Sablan comes in between the posts. Jacques Wanamut and Selwyn Vatu start in defence, Jackie Rubin in midfield and Tonli Kalatang in attack. Jonathan Spokey Jack was the semi-final hero against Fiji, and he captains the side today in the absence of Brian Kaltak. But keep a lookout for Kaltak's cousins, John and Tony, on the bench. My name is Josh Parrish, and I'm delighted to be joined today by a man with in-depth knowledge and experience of football in Vanuatu, Moses Stevens. Welcome.
Thanks, Josh. And yeah, it's a very, very exciting day today in Port Vila, and we hope you join us with the live commentary from the booth at the VFF Stadium this afternoon.
It's a pleasure to have you with me today, Moses. Teams are just about set to walk out here at Freshwater Stadium. Led by today's referee, Ben Orquai of the Solomon Islands, and the two captains, Patrick Beach and Jonathan Spokey Jack.
The national anthem of the two teams, firstly the Australian. And now the national anthem of Vanuatu.
Just about ready to go here in Port Vila. A big opportunity for both sides. For Australia, the chance for these under-23s players to play against senior men's internationals, and for Vanuatu, a challenge against professional A-League opposition. Moses, what are you expecting from today's game?
Well, it's interesting to see some, like you mentioned earlier, we are bringing on some of the players that have gone out of action for quite a while, and now they're back, and it's good to see them what they make of this tournament, of this game this afternoon, and I think they have a lot to prove to the coach that they are worth being in the team. And as you said earlier, Smelling is preparing his team for the World Cup qualifier in October.
And we know that Brian Kaltak will be back for that one.
Yes. And just looking at the crowd here, today is a working day and people are coming in very slow, but I'm sure on Sunday we'll have a different crowd here, but people are still coming in, and I'm sure we'll have a good crowd this afternoon for this first match, Josh.
Well, we barely saw a cloud in the sky for 4 days, and then an hour before kickoff, the heavens opened. So the weather's turned on us a little bit. The rain has cleared up now in time for kickoff, which is fantastic. And we're still seeing fans streaming into the grandstand here on the broadcast side. As the captains assemble for the coin toss.
And Patrick was here with the Central Coast Mariners, and they played Spogitax Ifira Blackbirds team, so the two are meeting again.
Yes, a reunion.
A reunion.
Patrick Beach was part of that Mariners side who came over for the Friendship Cup in late 2022 with Brian Kaltak's Central Coast Mariners. Played against Ifira Blackbirds, the dominant team here in Vanuatu, and against the Vanuatu national team as well.
There's much anticipation here, Josh, because for so long we haven't seen the Australian teams performing or playing against Vanuatu, and everyone is raising their eyebrows. Australia is back. It's very good. It's very good.
Back in Oceania. It's been a long time. Well, for many of these Australian players, it's their first time in this age group setup. Many of them took part in the Under-20 Asian Cup last year, such as Adrian Segacic, who scored twice in that tournament. They're stepping up an age group and playing against seniors today. So ready to go here. Vanuatu in the green, Australia in their dark blue away kit, kicking from right to left.
Yeah, and Tony Kalotang to start off the game.
Yes, Tony
Kalotang. And goes back to his defense. Heads back to Czech Ruben to John Alec. Cross to Vatu. Selwyn Vatu to central defender there. Back to Timothy on the wing back. A clearance here, but I think goes off the line and it's throw in for Australia.
Well, early pressure from the Australians forcing the error. It's going to be Casey Boss to take the throw. Gets it back off Alagic. And now possession recycled through the central defenders. Hayden Matthews has really impressed in his first season, breaking through in the A-League with Sydney FC. This is Priestman.
Yeah.
Out to the right for Panache Madanya. Vanuatu happy to sit off early and let Australia's central defenders have the ball behind the halfway line. Boss. See, they're keeping very compact in their shape for the time being. Looks a bit like five at the back to me.
Yeah. Well, they're testing the teams and to see where they can go to penetrate. And now they make a slight move here. Let's see what will happen. Well, Spogicak is pulled back by the number 8.
That's Ethan Alagic. Loss of possession for Australia, and Aligic had to make a tactical foul there to stop play.
Yep.
And I think it's a bit lucky that he's very early in the match, otherwise the referee might have taken a dimmer view of that.
Now Timothy, who played for Auckland City in the last season and is back now playing for his Ifira FC. John Alec for Vanuatu this time, and trying to play his left wing back there, but the ball was offline. And throw in for Australia into the Vanuatu territory now.
It looks like Jeffrey Tasso playing on the left side of that back three. He plays his football in Australia with Western Strikers in NPL South Australia. No foul against Priestman. Drew. And cut inside to cross. Clayton Taylor is the target at the back post, but the ball never got there. Reeled in by Dick Sablan.
He's in at the right place at the same time, so...
He saw that one coming.
Selwyn Vatu coming now. And Mr. Paul went over by Tony Ali, who plays for the Solomon Warriors in Honiara. Misses the ball. I think it's a foul against him there, so... a chance for Vanuatu to restart the game.
A chance for Vanuatu to settle a bit. It would have been in trouble if the whistle hadn't gone, but Casey Boss just a little over-eager in his effort to win the ball back for Australia. Wanamut's clearance is charged down, and now it's trickled through for Nathaniel Blair. The cutback, Segacic couldn't quite get the touch to settle for him. Vanuatu try and break the other way. It's given away to Clayton Taylor. Taylor trying to fashion space for the pass.
This is dangerous now for the Vanuatu defense.
Managed to slow down the attack. Priestman looking for Taylor between the lines. The little layoff doesn't reach Adrian Segacic. Brought down by Matthews. Aligic. Timothy Boulay was backing off. There's an offside flag up on the far side.
I think they're trying to measure the field and to get a field. It's still early in the match, so yeah, they should adjust themselves to the running and the positioning in the field. And it's normal. They've never played on this ground, first time today, so yeah. Saplong playing with his defenders here. And he makes a long clear to find Skalotang. And the ball headed away only as far as Johnny Alic. And he wins the throw in for Vanuatu. To be taken by Selwyn Vatu, who missed out on the Nations Cup team. But he played in the Tri-Nations Cup with Solomon Islands and Fiji in Lautoka last February. So, well, last year.
Bit of a difficult back pass for Sablan there. Takes it very calmly on the chest, to his credit. Seems pretty comfortable with his feet for a goalkeeper.
And he was the keeper for the Vanuatu under-20 team that went to the World Cup. So he's got some quite international experience, and he's okay for the time being. Now, let's see.
This is Paul out to Boss. Australia favouring the left side at the moment. Taylor, first time ball is skewing away from the run of Segacic and out harmlessly for a goal kick.
So far, so good for both teams, studying each other still. Australian getting a hand on giving pressure on the Vanuatu defense. Goal kick by Saplong Dick, who plays it short to his right wing back, Timothy, who plays the ball off the line. Can't find support, so it's a throw in for Australia.
Another chance for Casey Boss. Needs support. Comes in the form of Priestman. No getting away from the challenge of Spokey Jack. Back with Aligic, and now Matthews.
Swinging the ball back the halfway line now, across to the right flank, the right wing back to the right centre back.
It's Priestman, who just let the touch run away from him, but Casey Boss bails him out. Aligic, with 3 green shirts surrounding him, manages to keep possession for Australia. No clear-cut chances of note in the first few minutes of this one. It could change quickly as Drew drills it across the box. But can't find a teammate.
Well, I think Hayden and Nathan are taking care of things at the back. They're relaxed, they're okay. He's just getting the ball across through the defense now. It's a challenge. They're trying to find a way in. I think Vanuatu defense are weary of this approach. The pressure that they are facing at the time. In the meantime, there's a miscue there, and lucky Selwyn Vanuatu to clear this to John Alick. John Alick. No, only just for us. Back to Nathan and Hayden.
Yes, Hayden Matthews on the ball now. Good switch of play, awkward bounce for Clayton Taylor, who manages to keep it alive. Still Clayton Taylor off the right boot, and it floats into the goalkeeper's grateful hands.
No problem there for Dick Sablon.
He's come off his line confidently a couple of times already.
I think Pocket Jack was the target here, but the ball was offline. Throw in for Australia. Boss to take this throw in.
Casey Boss, the younger brother of Geordie Boss, who's now playing and starting for the Socceroos on a regular basis. So, a talented family.
Wow. It's like the Caltac family.
The Caltacs of Australia, perhaps.
Yeah.
They both play left wing or left back, so they one day might share the same flank for the senior national team. We'll see.
Yeah.
Nathan Paul, who plays with Caltac for the Mariners. They didn't come on that tour last time, only joined in 2023. Now Panache Madanya, the chase is on. Puts a bit of pressure on Tasso. Shucks Wanamut clears the danger, but only as far as Oscar Priestman. Casey Boss in support, and now wide to Clayton Taylor. Space to measure the cross. It's in for Blair, and it's off the inside of the woodwork, but the flag is up. The referee hasn't spotted it yet. Now he has. So that one wouldn't have counted. Oh, Nathaniel Blair putting his body on the line.
Yeah, that's a sign anyway, Josh. The quality of this Australian team, and I've been looking at the. They've won several good games and only lost one to Indonesia, I think. But I think they're a good team, and they're showing some indication of how they can attack. Attacking is very important to any team, so I can see that happening already for the young Australians. So there's a chance offside for Dick Sablon to clear. Tries to find Kalotang. No. And Tony Alec wins the aerial battle for the ball. Brings it down to Vanuatu Selwyn. Vanuatu wins a throw in instead. Throws it back to Timothy. To Wanamut. Wanamut tries to find Tenene. And Tenene back to well, they managed to keep the ball. Vanuatu, Tony Alec, Tenene, and the ball goes off. It's a throw in for Australia. And the score still stands at 0-0. And Vanuatu are playing in green and Australia in the navy blue.
I'm used to referring to Australia as the green and gold, but I can't today.
Yeah. I was expecting them to wear their traditional color, but anyways.
This is Jed Drew. Nathaniel Blair back to Drew, who overcooks the cross.
No problem for Dick Sablons. It's a goal kick. And I think the wind is slightly on the side, on the back of the Australian team. So,
slips as he takes the shots. Jed Drew, he was off balance and it loops back to the goalkeeper. It was a big chance for Australia.
Yeah, that's the impact of the shower that we had earlier on the ground, slippery. So we have to be mindful of that. Now, Dick Samplong. Ball back to Paul, and Paul goes back to Matthews.
Oh, Casey Boss bursting past Spokey Jack. Alagich. Square for Priestman. The ball was too hot to handle for Jed Drew, and now Vanuatu can almost break through.
Kalatang.
Yes, Tonley Kalatang with the chance. Paul getting himself into a bit of bother there, but finds Priestman, and Australia play their way out.
Throw-in taken.
Well, this is a bit of space for Adrian Segicic to work. Driving forwards. And gives Jed Drew one to chase. The goalkeeper is out and the ball is over the bar.
Well, I think it deflects on the hands of the keeper. It's a corner kick. It's the first corner kick for the match to Australia.
You can see Australia have a bit of a height advantage with Matthews and Paul coming up from the back, so it could be threatening offset pieces.
And with the winds behind the back, this is dangerous for the Vanuatu defense.
Yeah, Australia going with the wind in this first half.
Yep.
Casey Boss has the short option in Segicic, but it looks like he's going direct. Curls it into the middle. Sablan comes out to punch. Struck by Alagich and deflected en route by Matthews, but it's well wide of the mark.
It's a first set piece for Australia, and they let it go. Goal kick for Tik Sapong.
Did well to come out and smother that initial effort from Jed Drew that led to the corner. Clayton Taylor has taken the goal kick out of the sky and knocked it down the left wing. Inside comes Clayton Taylor. The low delivery is cut out by Jackie Rubin and into touch. Boss. Spokey Jack hot on his heels. Alagich. Priestman finds the feet of Nathaniel Blair. Lovely spin and threads it through for Segicic. It's Adrian Segicic, and it's back to the goalkeeper. Half an appeal for a back pass from Australia. But it deflected off Timothy Boulay. And he has to clear long. Paul heads back towards Segicic, giving away a fair bit in height on that aerial duel. It was dangerous for 10 and 8. Sablan clears out for... Oh, the ball stayed in the wind. Looked like a throw. It is now. Panache Madanya looking to speed things up for Australia. Alagich. Back with Matthews. And now Madanya takes on his man. Cut back to Adrian Segicic to shoot. And he just lost his standing foot and drove the ball wide of the near post. You can see on the replay here, Panache Madanya put his head down and used his strength and pace to get past his man. Not far away at all from Adrian Segicic.
I think they just need to work on the final touch now, Josh. The setting and the how they set up to go through the defense, they're doing it okay. Just the final touches now. I think they're working it. It's coming up, I think.
Maybe a chance for Vanuatu to turn the tide. Spokey Jack. Chance for Kalatang!
Oh my goodness.
And that was not far away. Sizzles past the far post. And Vanuatu almost entirely against the run of play are so close to an opener.
Yep, that's the kind of move that we see from Godin Tenene and Spokey Jack from the flanks. And a direct shot on goal by Tonli Kalatang. And Patrick was lucky the ball was sent on target. So Australia back a slight tackle there by Vanuatu defender. I think it's Jeffrey Tasso who places the ball out. Throw in for Australia. Wow. Throw in taken.
Maybe a bit of a wake-up call for the under-23s of Australia. As Vanuatu show their attacking talents for the first time this afternoon. Boss to Clayton Taylor. Priestman picks out Alagich across the box. Drew! And it misses everything. Well, neither a shot nor a cross in the end from Jed Drew.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, Josh, the settings are okay. The final touches that they need to work on now. And they've missed a series of goal-scoring opportunities. Just we need to see it's a matter of timing now. I believe it's coming up.
Now you could hear the home fans get very excited for that Kalatang chance a few moments ago.
Yep.
Haven't had much to cheer about, but that would have sent the place absolutely wild.
Remember, they're used to playing New Zealand, and the first time they see Vanuatu playing a team from Australia. So everyone is anticipating, everyone is excited, much anticipation, knowing what to expect, just coming here to enjoy the game. And that's why you see the reaction from the near-miss strike by Tonli Kalatang. Now Timothy Boulay finds Vatu goes in, and 1-2 there by now Australian midfielders have helped come back to take care of the defense here. And the ball has gone out. Throw in for Australia, right on the center line.
Oh, another nearly moment for Vanuatu as they built up well there, but couldn't find a way through. Blair, first time around the corner is too heavy for Jed Drew.
Throw in for Vanuatu, taken.
That's one back by Australia. Segicic, nice cushion touch for Drew. And it was good defending for Vanuatu. It was John Alick getting back, the midfielder, to get a foot in at the crucial moments.
A foul there, giving Vanuatu defense a chance to clear the ball. They were under pressure for the last 5 minutes or so. Now the ball goes back to Tik Sablong, the keeper. Let's see the way to find Vatu Selwyn. And I think it's Boss that wins the ball, but because of the line, throw in for Vatu. Vatu for Vanuatu, yes. Still Vanuatu throw in. Alicic, who blocked that ball, and the ball just went off. Kalatang. Now this ball goes out of the line again, and a throw in for Vanuatu.
Oh, they're edging their way up the sideline, gaining territory inch by inch. John Alec battling for it well. Got in Tenene, drives the ball straight into Casey Boss.
It's a
and
corner
wins
for
Vanuatu corner, yes.
Another set piece for Vanuatu now. Australia have missed theirs. Let's see what Vanuatu can do with this one. Nilol still is the scoreline here. It's Vanuatu playing Australian under-23. Tenene with a corner and headed away by Australian defense. Chagirupian wins the ball back to
Blair up into the header, and the referee might have to stop play here. Australia have got the advantage. Drew looking for Segacic. And a great tackle from Timothy Boulay. And now we'll have to check on the welfare of Nathaniel Blair, who has a knock to the head.
I think it's safer for him to remain on the ground for the medics to check on him. Not to take any chances here. Keep it safe, boys.
Well, he's a very brave and aggressive centre forward, Nathaniel Blair. He will put his body on the line at times. But
I think he should be fine.
looks that way, but oh no, signal for a substitution, it seems.
Oh.
Could be precautionary, but no messing around with concussion. That's always best practice.
We still have a game still on Sunday, so giving everyone a chance to get a feel of the Vanuatu ground here. All right. The referee has blown the whistle for the restart.
Australia temporarily down to 10 in the absence of Nathaniel Blair. See if they do indeed proceed with the substitution. Paul. Priestman out to Madanya. Has he got anyone to aim for in the middle? Priestman. Oh, the ball skipped off the turf and over the boot of Adrian Segacic.
I think for a chance for Adrian or Blair to go back onto the field. Or let's see what will happen. He's still on the sideline, Josh.
I think the doctor's still undergoing the concussion assessment. We'll wait and see. Australia will have to adapt in the meantime with a player less. Taylor onto the chest of Segacic. And then sliding in was Boulay. He's made a couple of strong tackles so far. Alagic. Tenene was hot on his heels. Matthews back into the midfield. Bit of time on the ball for Clayton Taylor now. Goes square to Alagic. Australia just squeezing Vanuatu into their own half again. Segacic finding Alagic. Loops it over the top, looking for Jed Drew. Maybe the left flank was the better option. Australia will settle for a corner.
I think it was Jeffrey Tasso who had the final touch on head. Just not the ball beyond the attacking player from Australia. So I think it still get a second corner kick here. To be taken by a Boss.
And we've got Nathaniel Blair back on the park, which is fantastic to see. Now
he's back to Boss. An opportunity for Australia again. Vanuatu have won the ball now. And there's Kalotang running down the left flank, trying to find Spogacek. Back to Tonley. Tonley trying to go in there. No.
And you can hear a cry of disappointment from the crowd as the Vanuatu attack broke down.
Yep.
Looked promising initially. Aligic for Taylor. Segacic coming across to give an extra number on the left. Australia will just dwell on the ball and wait for their numbers to get in position. Boss. Taylor. Back to Matthews. Takes it forward for Drew.
Has to come back to the midfield again.
Australia very patient in possession at the moment. Madanya. Back to Nathan Paul, shifting the ball from left to right. And then in comes Jacques Wanamut with the challenge. Madanya chasing down Spokey Jack and snuffing out the counter-attack. Now here goes Segacic. Through for Drew, who has pace to burn. He got the cut back, but not enough on it to find Nathaniel Blair in the middle. Off the chest of Madanya, not once but twice. Aligic. Had too much on it for Casey Boss to control. Selwyn Vatu goes back to Boulay. It's a nicely weighted pass down the wing. Good in, Tenene. That's a great touch to get past Taylor. And threads it through. And Kalatang skies the shots. And it just dips over the crossbar, but it took a touch on the way through.
It's a corner, the second corner kick for Vanuatu.
Oh, look at this pass from Tenene. Off the outside of the boot. Lovely weight on it. And you can see Hayden Matthews just gets across in time. Wow, two big chances for Tonley Kalatang this afternoon. And he hasn't been far away with either of them.
And remember, he was not part of the Nations Cup team, Josh, so he's back showing him some quality, maybe smelling is watching from the sideline. Now the ball comes out back to the Vanuatu defense. Timothy Boulay across to Wanamut. Wanamut finds Jackie Ruben. And a throw in for Australia.
It's going to be...
Josh, Jackie Ruben was the captain for the Vanuatu team that won gold in the 2017 mini Pacific Games. So it's good to see him back on the field today. So since 2017, he's missed out on the national team, but he's back this afternoon. And I'm sure his fans will be happy to see him back on the field.
Oh, yeah, 7 years away from the national team. It's a long time between opportunities, but see, this is a big chance for so many of these new players who've come in, or returning players.
Yeah. Selwyn Vatu, Tony Kalatang, Jackie Ruben, all these players are being brought back on again. While Johnny Alec was there and some other players were on the bench. They were on the last Nations Cup team. Corner by Boss. A long one. And this time there's no one there to receive the ball. And it comes back. Oh, that's Johnny Alec who pumps into his friend there. And it's a free kick for Australia.
Oscar Priestman, who was fouled. I think he saw the contact coming and got his body in the way to win the free kick.
Neymar style. Yeah, that's the game.
John Alec running in a little too quick. It's going to be Jed Drew to take the free kick. 5 in the box to aim for. Oscar Priestman perched on the edge, and then Segacic outside. It's a low routine, back to Aligic. Segacic will go for goal. And the shot is charged down by the man who gave away the free kick.
Vanuatu, Tonley, Johnny Alec, trying to find the captain here. Now, Kalatang has won this ball, and luckily put aside by Paul. And it's a throw-in, safe play. Good thinking, good judgment. And he was, well, Tonley Kalatang was chasing after him, and he knows what Tonley is capable of, so he had to play the ball safe. Throw in for Vanuatu.
Safety first was certainly the right choice for Nathan Paul in that situation. Vanuatu were breaking quickly. Bit of confusion over the throw, but it's going to be a Vanuatu ball.
All the Blues are back in the box.
Well won by Taylor. And given away again to John Alick. Across the box, and a comfortable stop for Patrick Beach.
I think that's the first stoppage from him so far since the beginning of the game. So first shot.
He's watched one whistle past his post and another just drift over the crossbar, but Patrick Beach hasn't had much to do himself. Sablan will see it out for a goal kick.
It's a perfect day for a good match, so it's not too hot, not too cold, it's just mild, and everyone is enjoying the day today. Everyone's out, a few with the umbrellas, but yeah, it's okay. A long goal kick, trying to find John Alick, and John Alick knocks it over. And Tony Kalatang now plays the ball front for Tenene to chase. Tenene plays the ball back, no, it's poor cross, and the ball goes off play. It's a goal kick for Patrick.
Well, he only had one target to aim for in the middle. It was Spokey Jack, surrounded by blue shirts, so even if the ball had come into the box, I think it would have been a challenge to direct it goalwards. Segacic. Boss. Clayton Taylor wants it in behind. Selwyn Vatu saw it coming. You can see the crowd on the far side has built over the course of the first half.
Yes.
Blair driving to the byline. Aligic, and then Drew sees his shot blocked. Still alive for Segacic. Onto the left boots. It falls for Aligic, who rattles the crossbar. And now Madanya sidesteps the challenge. Sliding in was Jeffrey Tasso, and the danger averted for now. Australia inches away. Ethan Aligic.
Almost.
See the initial shot.
Everyone is wishing to see a goal now.
Well, that was travelling.
Yeah.
Very powerful strike from Ethan Aligic, the Adelaide United midfielder. And the crossbar is still shaking. Well, Casey Boss needed 2 bites of that one. Goes back to Patrick Beach to clear.
Throw in for Vanuatu, to be taken by Selwyn Vatu, the right wing back.
Well, with 10 minutes or so to play in this first half, both teams have come close. Australia with their best chance a moment ago. Ethan Aligic, who's another famous surname in Australian football, son of Richie Alligich, who played for the same club that Ethan does now, Adelaide United. Matthews for Priestman. Segacic. Ball runs away from him in a congested midfield. Breaking ball from Jackie Rubin. 10 and 8. Blair. Sent flying by a player half his size. Great challenge from 10 and 8. One step over down the left. Referee says, get back on your feet. No free kick for Michelle Coulon on the left-hand side. Now the captain, Spokey Jack. He's double-teamed by a combination of Priestman and Drew and coughs up possession. Drew. Early delivery, looking for Taylor. Again, the goalkeeper handles it well. Well, given that he hasn't been part of the squad in the Nations Cup, I think Dick Subline can be very pleased with the impression he's made so far. As I say that, curse of the commentator, nearly gives one away against Nathaniel Blair.
Oops.
I think I put the moz on him, as we say in Australia.
Selwyn Vanuatu with a throw-in. Jackie Rubin was the recipient of the throw-in. But only just far as Paul. And now Tasso comes in to save the day for Vanuatu in the meantime. And now Kalotang to chase. And Drews puts the ball back to Patrick. And now back on the midfield.
Oh, lovely footwork from Madania. And a great challenge from Jeffrey Tasso. South Australian NPL player. Opportunity for Drew now. He'll go back to his right back. Madania to cross. Blair's in the middle. Sablan comes out to punch. Now Clayton Taylor uses the overlap in Boss, drills it in low, and Sablan reels it in at the second attempt.
It was lucky. Well, Blair was at the right, on the right spot at the right time, but Sablan read him well, so he snatched the ball before Blair could really reach the ball. So now the ball is back on the Australian defense. Jackie to Johnny to Jackie again, and this time Kalotang to Tenene on the right. Tenene places a cross here, but only to as far as the Australian defense, and John Alick missed time this one, and Australia on the counter-attack. They missed the ball now.
Oh, just off the heels of Segacic. He made the right run and he didn't know too much about it, but just rebounds Johnny back Alick off him.
Johnny Alick to Tom Bule to goalkeeper, and Vatu couldn't save this ball, and it goes offline. It's thrown for Australia. Taken by Boss.
How do you think Vanuatu have fared so far in this first half, Moses?
Well, I think they managed to keep the attack at bay, but I mean, it's only a matter of time, I think, like I'm saying earlier. Australia are creating scoring opportunities about the final touch.
Well, here it comes now for Blair. A good save, the rebound, and there it is. Nathaniel Blair opens the scoring.
Yeah.
And just as you were saying, Moses, it was only a matter of time.
Yeah. You can even see that coming already. And the final touch, and this is where I was talking about. They're always there to get the rebound and everything. The defenders, one of the defenders was standing, but this is the attacking strategy that we see from the Australian side. They mean what they do, and when they're onto the attacking zone, they're all alert, and the defense have to be aware of that. And this is where we see the first goal coming out this afternoon, in this first encounter. The next match will be on Sunday, of course, and for those of us listening or watching elsewhere in Port Vila, I think we should all come out here and watch the game live as it happens. And we are taking live to you too, as you watch the game from outside of Port Vila. Jonah League this time for Vanuatu. Check Rupin to his captain, Spogi Jack, on the left flank. Spogi Jack trying to find Selwyn Watu. Yes, Selwyn knocked it down to Kalotang. No. The Australian midfielders have come back to retake the ball, and the midfielders are moving towards the centre half now.
This is Alagic.
Alagic, boss, back to Alagic.
Here's Hayden Matthews trying to split the defence. Yeah. Michel Coulon was in the way. Well, we were worried Nathaniel Blair was going to have to come off with a head knock earlier in the half, but he scored the first goal of the series. The Perth Glory striker. Just joined, coming over from the Western Sydney Wanderers. Maybe that puts a few of the nerves of these young Australian players to bed.
Yep.
Matthews back to Paul. Taylor. Taking it inside. And off Selwyn Vatu and behind for a corner kick. Well, let's see if Australia can finish the half with a flourish.
Let's see. I think this is the first corner kick from this side of the field, so let's see. They tried, I think, 3 times on that side, no goals. And now we'll see how this one comes out.
Oh, it's going to be an in-swinger from the right boot of Jed Drew. The MacArthur FC winger. It's one of the more experienced A-League players in the side. It's into the near post. And Coulon clears really well. Oscar Priestman charging it down. Spokey Jack into the challenge. Free kick. And in shooting range for Australia.
Oh, yes.
Will it be Drew, Segicic or Clayton Taylor, who's got a sweet left boot? Scored 7 goals in his first 25 appearances for the Newcastle Jets since breaking through into the senior team. It's a bag full of assists to go with that as well. He's very proficient in the final third. Clean striker of the ball.
And, well, Segis is there too. We don't know who will take the shot. Most likely it will be Drew.
A difficult position, very central for the goalkeeper to try and cover both sides. It's a big wall. 7 players in the way.
Drew, the number 7. Let's see.
In the shadows of the first half, Australia with the chance off the free kick. It's Jed Drew!
Oh my goodness.
What a strike, and off the woodwork. And now, can Vanuatu come the other way? Jed Drew so desperately unlucky, Panache Madanya puts it out. Well, off the intersection of post and bar. You don't strike them much better than that.
Oh. Well, he was just unlucky. Could have been a goal, another goal for Australia.
Well, he was aiming for the top corner.
Yeah.
And mere inches away from finding it. Alec. Coulon for Vanuatu now. Spokey Jack looks for a free kick, and he's going to get one. Panache Madanya not happy with the referee's decision, but there was a bit of contact.
And I think Spokey has been calling out for a foul for several times already, and this is the first time that he's being awarded a free kick from this foul, and I think the defender didn't actually touch him, and he was claiming there was no issue there, but the referee has blown the whistle. So another chance for Vanuatu to show his their set piece. Let's see what will happen here. Selwyn Vatu is in the, oh no, he said he take shot, and that's the final whistle for the first 45 minutes. Josh?
Well, Ben Orquay, the referee, brings the first half to a close, and it's Australia who have the lead. They struck the woodwork twice either side of that goal. Ethan Allegich and Jed Drew both hitting the crossbar, but it's Nathaniel Blair who found the target. His initial shot beaten away by the goalkeeper Dick Sablan, but it was straight back to the left foot of Nathaniel Blair, who tucked home at the second attempt. Vanuatu had a couple of goal-scoring chances themselves, both coming for Tonley Kalatang. One strike whistling wide, and Hayden Matthews, the Sydney defender, getting a last-ditch block on the other. It's been a pretty evenly contested first half. Australia on top, but Vanuatu providing some serious resistance.
Oh, yes. And I think well, it's interesting to see who will come on after these first 45 minutes. You have Tony Kaltak and Jean Kaltak, both cousins of Brian Kaltak, who are being brought in to the team again this time. We start on several international matches. And it's been interesting to see them back on the field, and I hope Smelling will bring them on in a second 45 minutes, Josh.
Well, we'll take a short break here on the broadcast. As you can see on that scoreboard, at halftime in the PacificAus Sports Football Series at Freshwater Stadium, it reads Vanuatu 0, Australia under-23 1. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of match 1 here at Freshwater Stadium. Vanuatu 0, Australia 1 at half-time. And 2 changes for the Australian under-23s. So Nathaniel Blair, the goal scorer, who had that head knock midway through the first half, has been substituted. And Justin Vidic coming on in the number 9 jersey. And there's also a change between the sticks. Ethan Cox comes in for the captain, Patrick Beach, with the armband passed to number 10, Adrian Segicic. You can see a couple of changes for Vanuatu as well. So we'll get to those in a moment.
Yep.
But it's Josh Parrish here alongside Moses Stevens. Moses, tightly contested first half?
Yeah. So let's see what will happen now. I see the number 5 for Vanuatu who's come on.
Jared Clark.
Jared Clark, who arrived yesterday evening from Australia. So let's see. Who else has come on?
Might be just the one change by the looks of things. Jared Clark, Australian by birth, and qualifies for Vanuatu through his mother.
They live in Adelaide, I believe, yes.
Yes, he plays his football for FK Beograd in NPL South Australia. So he may have even played against some of these young Australian players who play for Adelaide United's youth team in that same competition. Ethan Cox, the goalkeeper, would be one of those players. As would Ethan Allegich, the midfielder who struck the crossbar in the first half. This is Nathan Paul. Back to Priestman. Fed down the right for Jed Drew, who was so desperately unlucky right at the end of that first 45, striking the crossbar with a free kick that looked bound for the top corner. Panache Madanya now. Patiently recycled back to Hayden Matthews. Drew down the touchline. He was looking for a free kick from the assistant referee, but instead Vanuatu will regain possession with the goal kick.
This George, I think it just found out from the colleagues here now. It's Michel Coulon who's come off.
Yes.
And Jared Clark has gone in to replace him. So
looks like Jeffrey Tasso will take up that left wing back position. Jared Clark on the left side of the back three.
Yeah, he wins a throw in. Well, the referee thinks otherwise. Now Clark plays it to the captain, Spokicek.
A little too hot to handle for Priestman.
Throw in for Tasso. Right on the center of the field, in front of the grandstand here. Throws it to Johnny Alec, who missed the ball. And now Australia, he lost it back to Johnny Alec again. To Jackie Rupen, back to Vanuatu. Vanuatu back to Jackie Rupen. Jackie back to Vanuatu. And Vanuatu make a long, clear shot here. But no problem for the goalkeeper, Cox, who came in for Patrick.
Yeah, Ethan Cox with an early touch of the football. Madanya dwelt on it for a moment too long and is in a duel here with Tenene. Ball trickles out on him for an Australia throw.
Interesting to see Juliano made only one substitute for his side, while the Australian U23 will see 2 players off and 2 new players in.
It's unlimited substitutions today, but you only get 3 windows outside of half-time or a concussion sub. Drew past the second challenge of Clark. And then Drew tries to go around the inside of Clark, but no room to do so. Clark under a bit of pressure here, calmly out to Tasso. And away by Tenene. Australia win it back, but that was calmly done by Vanuatu to get out of their own corner. Off the shoulder of Clark, Tenene having to help out defensively. Ruben. Now Jacques Wanamut puts it into space. And Selwyn Vatu getting a lot further forward than we saw him in the first half. Gets their second to the ball and a little late into the challenge on Casey Boss.
Just a late challenge there, and the free kick has been taken. Australia is still in control of these lineup in the halfway line between Vanuatu and Australia. And now they're only another attack from the left flank coming in. Deflects from the Vanuatu defense. They're still at the edge of the box, the dangerous area. Tony Alec wins this ball, and Jeffrey Tasso comes in to play it safe. No. Yes, and it's a throw in for Australia.
First involvement there for Justin Vidic after coming off the bench. Striker for the Newcastle Jets, though originally from the western suburbs of Sydney.
Matthews to Paul, and the ball goes to the Boss, comes back to Matthews, I think. Paul, sorry. Paul still with the ball. Plays it across to Matthews. Matthews finds Drew. And they're trying to use their right winger here. Ball comes back to Drew. Matthews, sorry. Back to Paul.
And we're seeing the sun peek out from behind the clouds now.
Yep.
Which I'm sure will delight the crowd.
Strong. A through ball there, but it's too strong for the Australian forwards. So Dick Saplong with a shot goal kick here.
Oh, and Jared Clark in a bit of trouble. Here goes Jed Drew. Cut back to Justin Vidic to strike. And the goalkeeper pounces on the loose ball.
Yep. It's a sluggish start for Vanuatu in that goal kick take off, but luckily the Australians didn't capitalize on this opportunity. Now Dick Saplong with the ball. Plays it on the ground. A long high kick to find, trying to find Tenene here, but no. It goes back to Australian midfielders who are now on the other attack using their left flank. Coming in now, Timothy Bulle is there. Trying to block the ball, but only as far as the Australian midfielders. The Australians still on the attack, across into the box. No one is there, and that's auto clear. Finds Tenene, and Tenene wins a throw in.
Oh, it's good pressure.
Yeah.
From Godin Tenene, who wasn't letting Panache Madanya away easily with that one. A risky ball from Jacques Wanamut. Jared Clark seems to be under instruction to try and play his way out of defence. Doesn't work this time. And now Oscar Priestman wins it high up the park. Crucial tackle from Timothy Boulay. Comes out to Alagic, and it skews horribly off his left boot and into touch. Got that one all wrong.
Unlucky. Again, we see the Australians executing their attacking strategies here right from the start of the second half. Vanuatu, Tonli Kalatang this time, finding Selwyn Vatu to Tonli. Tonli struck off his defender and comes in the edge of the box. Let's see what he'll do. No, he shot back. Oh my goodness. It's a good vision there, but the pass was not there for the ball to reach the target person. Now, Tasso, he missed the ball. Now, Australia on the attack. Clark stopped the pass, and now Wanamut. No, Tasso trying to find Kalatang, and Kalatang comes in, gets the ball to Johnny Alec. Johnny Alec finds Captain who takes. Oh no, a long shot, but it's too long and it's too high off the bar. Over the bar. And it's a goal kick for the keeper, Cokes.
Well, again, Tonli Kalatang causing Nathan Paul a few problems with his pace. Pass was just under-hit for his teammate who was trying to join him in attack. And then the game suddenly got stretched and opened up for Australia here. Alagic. Nicely weighted pass. Clayton Taylor has 3 to aim for in the box. But there's no way past Selwyn Vatu, and Australia settle for the corner.
I think Selwyn Vatu is a busy player this afternoon, given the fact that the Australians are using the left flank most of the time in the first half, and now we're seeing it going out the same side again in the second half. Let's see. Australia's first corner kick in the first half, in the second half, sorry.
It's going to be Jed Drew to take. Into the near post. Oh, goalkeeper came and didn't get there, but his defence clears the lines. Alagic. Couldn't find Jed Drew. Australia throw. A bit of a nervy moment as the goalkeeper tried to punch and didn't get a touch on the ball. There are enough green shirts in the box to deal with that one. Will open up for Matthews, and he eats up the space in front of him. Taylor has switched flanks for the time being.
Batania to Matthews. Matthews to Paul. Paul finds Boss. Now they come in this time, Australians again, and cleared away by Wanamut. High ball to as far as Paul, who plays it down to Boss. And there's a 1-2 pass here. Bring it back to the number 7, who plays it to the right flank. The number 11, Taylor. Taylor comes into the box. He shoots, and the ball bounces off Clark's right foot. And it's another corner kick for Australia.
Good combination between the wingers. Jed Drew coming inside and spotting Taylor on the opposite flank. Yet another set piece. Australia had several corners and a couple of free kicks in the first half, but didn't manage to capitalise. You see just behind the corner taker. Coaches going through some instructions for some substitutes. Back post is the delivery, and the goalkeeper is fouled as he comes out.
And I think there's going to be a substitute for Vanuatu, and I think 3 players are going in. We have Song Kaltak, number 18. Number 10 is Choti Tasib. And number 13, I think it's Wahale, Johnwell Wahale. The number 18.
Kalatang has come off. John Alec to the bench as well. So Tony Kaltak. And yes, to our viewers in Australia, that is the cousin of Brian Kaltak. He will play up front. Jeffrey Tasso has come off. So it looks like an attacking change for Vanuatu. Spokey Jack has gone out to the left flank. So extra attacking options in the middle. Looks like it could be a change to a back four. At least in possession for Vanuatu. Spokey Jack. Great balance to get past his man. And Vanuatu on the charge here. But it deflects off Taylor and harmlessly back to Ethan Cox. Got in Tenene, maybe could have made more of that. Segicic was just pulled back by Jackie Rubin there. And dribbles into traffic against Tassip. Clark. Rubin. Spokey Jack. Tassip running into trouble. Priestman wins it back for Australia. High up the park. Vidic with the layoff. He gets the return ball from Segicic. Vidic stands up his marker to Drew, who is offside. No, flag stays down. Oh, Vanuatu were looking for the flag. Drew, nice weighted ball, Taylor! And Australia double their money. Clayton Taylor's glancing header. Again, Vanuatu looked to the linesman. But he was level with the last defender.
Yeah, it is good swinging the ball from there, and Taylor was there at the right time just to rise over the Vanuatu defense to nod it into the net. So it's 2-0 to Australia.
Oh, superb in-swinging ball from Jed Drew to find Clayton Taylor. And he picked his spot perfectly with the glancing header.
Vanuatu restarting the game now. Tasso back to Clark. Clark leaves it to his keeper, to Jackie Rubin. Clark this time. To Tasso. Tasso to Jackie Rubin. Rubin finds Tassib. Tassib crosses the ball, trying to find who's there. Yes. And that's a chance by the number 17, Godin Tenene, and he was lucky. Coach was there to block any ball from going into the net, so it's a good block from the substitute keeper for Australia, Ethan Cox.
Superb reflex save from Cox as Australia were opened up.
Corner taken by Spokey Jack, and there's no one there from Vanuatu to take that ball. Rubin heads the ball, but only just as far as the Australian defense. Now Vanuatu are trying to get the ball back through Jeffrey Tasso, but the ball is knocked back to their side and it's throw in for Vanuatu. Now it's Wanemut who leaves the ball for...
It's going to be a raft of substitutions incoming for Australia. 4 changes afoot. Matthew Grimaldi, Reece Bozanovsky, Abel Wallity, and Geordie Valadon are all going to be introduced now. Adrian Segicic comes off and passes the armband to Geordie Valadon. Jed Drew, moments after getting that assist for Clayton Taylor, will go to the bench as well. The goal scorer, Taylor, comes off. and Oscar Priestman will have a rest as well. So big changes in the midfield and forward line for Australia. Reece Bozanovski will play that defensive midfield role. Jordi Valadon is the most advanced of the three. Grimaldi on the left and Wallity on the right.
Clark to restart the game for Vanuatu. Cross the ball to Wanamut. Back to Clark. Back to Wanamut. Timothy Boulay. And the ball goes off to the front now. Chasing is Jean Kaltak. And now Vanuatu. Let's see what Choti can do here. Choti has the ball to the left flank where the captain, Spogicak, is waiting. Spogicak. Oh, that pass is not good enough.
Oh, it's cut out by Bozanovski, the substitute, with his first touch. Valadon. Goes back to Matthews and Australia regain control. Well, it's Vanuatu 0, Australia 2 in the first match of this PacificAus Sports Football Series. Godin Tenene wins it back for Vanuatu now. Cut back to Jordi Tassib, who will try his luck, and it's well saved by Cox.
Right thinking there by Tori, but the keeper was on the right spot.
Yeah, well positioned, the Adelaide United man. He's only made one appearance in the A-League so far, but Adelaide has been a hotbed of goalkeepers in the past few years. Produced a lot of good talents in that position. Particularly Joe Gauchi, who's gone on to sign for Aston Villa in the Premier League. Lovely touch again from Tenene. Held on to it too long and loses out to Grimaldi. Matt Grimaldi sees his effort blocked. Now Kaltak can't keep it. Bozanovski out to his Western United teammate, Abel Wallity. Bozanovski gets the return pass. The cutback is driven to the back stick. Casey, they like not to take the shot, and that would have been the right call. In fact, Ethan Alagich, who is at the back post. And maybe an injury problem here for a Vanuatu player, so we'll have a stoppage.
I think Tenene is on the ground.
It'll be a shame to lose him. He's been very lively this afternoon.
Okay, I think the medics guy has given his thumbs up. I think it's okay. He will come back on to the field again. Tenene.
Well, good news for Vanuatu and for Giuliano Schmeling, who didn't want to lose one of his star wingers.
Now we will start the game again from the Australian side.
It's going to be Valadon.
Valadon, the captain.
Madanya carrying it forwards. Bozanovski wants it to feet. Goes wide to Wallity. Panache Madanya gets the return. Drives for the byline. Well defended by Jared Clark. Matthews. Great footwork to get around two challenges there from the centre half. And Jared Clark dribbles it into touch for an Australia throw.
throw-in is taken. Back to Matthews. Matthews, Paul back to Matthews. Matthews finds Madania, and well, Paul again to Matthews. Matthews trying to find Madania now with the ball, misses the ball, and it's gonna play throw-in for Spokijak, Vanuatu. Throws it back to Clark. Clark wins another throw-in for Vanuatu. To be taken by Spokijak, who throws it back to Clark again. Clark finds his keeper. Rolls it back onto Wanemut. Wanemut places the ball to Vatu. Vatu tries, no, Vatu misses the ball now. And Australia on the attack again, this time through their left flank. Like I said, this is the dangerous area that they're finding spaces on. Lucky the captain, or sorry, the keeper came off to deflect the ball off play, and it's another corner kick for Australia.
Right, it's going to be Abel Wallity to take it. In fact, Matt Grimaldi racing across as well. The 3 of the 4 players who just came on for Australia are all teammates at Western United, in Melbourne's western suburbs. Will be Matthew Grimaldi.
Grimaldi takes it short, and a cross that comes in there. Still Australian ball. Vanuatu has broke loose here. Let's see what will happen. No, that's a good thinking by Sean Kaltak. Is trying to find the left or right wing there, but lucky maybe Matthews was on the right spot to block that pass from Sean Kaltak. This time, Somohale to Choti. Choti wins a throw-in for Vanuatu. He receives a throw-in and passes the ball to Czech Rupen. Czech Rupen passes the ball back to Timothy Bule. Timothy Bule back to Czech Rupen. Czech Rupen back to Wanemut. Wanemut finds no.
Well, they had all sorts of space on the counter-attack for a moment. Seemed to be 4 players, 3 queuing up at the back post and 1 with the ball, but Australia short-handed managed to make the interception and avert the danger. And now a boatload of changes coming. Sean Kaltak will come on. I think Selwyn Vatu has gone off on the far side. And it's a debut for Vanuatu for Thomas Salimu of the Ethera Blackbirds. So big congratulations to him. And off comes Jackie Rubin. Alex Sanyel, who plays his football in Australia as well for the Northern Demons. He's going to come on alongside Alik Warubu. So both coaches making use of their benches today. And both Caltex on the field now.
Yeah, I mistakenly said Jean was on the field, but it was Tony who went in first, and now it's Jean who's coming in on the field. So it's a
lovely ball, Bozanovsky and Grimaldi.
The third goal.
It's Matthew Grimaldi who slots it home into the bottom corner. Well, just after Vanuatu had made those host of substitutions, Australia catch the defence napping. Lovely weight on the pass from Reece Bozanovsky, who finds his Western United teammate, and Matthew Grimaldi made no mistake.
Matthew to number 19.
Well, he's got 5 goals in his first 23 games for Western United in the A-League. He's a fine finisher on his day, and he's picked out the bottom corner to perfection there. Just rolled it past Dick Sablan. Nothing the goalkeeper could have done with that one. John Kaltak, a little too heavy, and it's Medania away for Australia. Grimaldi, who's been very lively since he's come on. And now Bozanovski. Takes one touch too many and maybe shows his studs on Jacques Wanamut there, which has left the defender in a bit of pain. Well, Australia began with Bozanovski playing that more defensive midfield role, but they've switched to two holding midfielders, and it's Valadon and Alagic giving Bozanovski more attacking freedom. He's made the most of that with an assist.
Vanuatu are trying to get through their left or right wing back there. Back to Charet in the center back. Charet comes forward looking for support, and he finds it in Wanamut. Wanamut places the ball above the midfielders, but only as far as an Australian midfielder there, who places the ball back, and it's won back by Vanuatu. Play back to Wanamut. Wanamut to Charet Clark. Charet finds Tasso. Tasso to Tasib. Tasib to Tasso. Back to Clark. Clark to Tasso. No, yes. And I think he's the one I'll throw in instead.
That's
I'm talking about Saliman.
Salamu, who's come on, the debutant.
Yeah. He's a very good player for Iran, and it's good to see him playing his debut this afternoon, Josh. To give him a feeling of the international match. Australian defense remain calm and solid. Now Vanuatu, they win the ball back, and they miss the ball again through their right wing back there, and Charet has won the ball back for Vanuatu, and they're trying to clear here, trying to find Tasib at the front. Tasib has brought the ball down, and I think there's a foul there with
Hayden Matthews.
Matstola Matthews.
Well, the referee produced the wrong card for a moment there, and Hayden Matthews was very worried, but it's just going to be a yellow for the Australian central defender.
And this is another set piece right at the same spot that Australian have had their turn in the first half. Let's see how Vanuatu does their thing in this one.
I think Hayden Matthews might have got away with that challenge in the A-League. Maybe a bit of a difference in interpretation in international football.
Let's see who's with the ball. Sean Kaltak just came in. Let's see.
Well, he looks like he might go for goal here, Jean Kaltak. He does strike for goal, and Cox makes a diving save. The rebound! He's just over the runners in the middle. Alex Sagnol. And I think it crossed the line.
Goal kick.
That was a great effort off the free kick.
Ethan Coach was put to the test over there. It was good. It was good. It was a good test. Unlucky for Sean Kaltak, who could have put his name down on the scoreboard. After absence from international matches for many years, and he's back, and he was given the chance. Sorry again, Tasib is fighting for the ball here, winning the ball, but I think they are rushing the game here. Australia on the counter attack. coming to the Vanuatu side. Wanemut trying, no.
Grimaldi with another chance. And that's away by the debutant Salamu. Madania thought he had a free kick. Referee not interested. Tasip outmuscles Alagic and then puts it into space for Kaltak. And the flag is up. And Kaltak always looked offside, but a belated flag from the assistant confirms it. I'm just waiting until he touched the ball. Referee's going to make Hayden Matthews take the free kick. That's in the spot right in the corner where Kaltak became active. Boss. Grimaldi skips past and returns the ball to Casey Boss. The low ball is on, or it misses everybody. There were 4 runners in the penalty area, and Casey Boss managed to bisect all of them. Salamu now. John Kaltak got a touch. Last touch off Salamu. Disappointed with the outcome, but it's an Australia throw. Well, Casey Boss has had so many promising runs down the left flank today, but hasn't been able to connect with a teammate in the middle too often. It'll drag back to keep it away from Alex Sanyel. Chance for Wallity. First touch just spooned up on him, but Abel Wallity is a player capable of the spectacular. He gets a chance. Alagic, nice weighted pass to Matt Grimaldi, but Spokey Jack, who's had to play more of a defensive role in the second half, the Vanuatu captain, wins it back. What do you make of Jonathan Spokey Jack playing as a right fullback? Do we often see him in defence? We're more used to seeing him scoring goals and creating chances, Moses, but
yeah.
Spokey Jack playing on the right side of the back 4.
Well, when you see Tenene off the field, then you know Spokey has to play with someone else again on the field. So he's gone back to help out on Timothy Boulet's position.
And that might be his last action in the game, in fact. He's going to give the armband to Jared Clark.
And Joshua Tokyo making his debut, I believe, onto the field now.
There's a change between the sticks as well. Dick Subline has come off, and Masing Kalotang will play in goal for the remainder of this game.
Masing Kalotang was the #1 keeper for Vanuatu when they went to India in June this year, Josh. And he was the keeper in the game against Mongolia. They beat Mongolia 1-0. And he performed very well, and he left the country for the RSC scheme contracts in Australia, and he's back and he's being brought back onto the field by Coach Smelling. So let's see.
Early danger here. It's off Wallity, but there was a hand involved. Free kick. A good one to control in midfield. It's Warrabu. And then out to the right for Sanyel. Australia's ball. Grimaldi, one of the goal scorers. Australia with the 3-goal cushion.
Clark for Vanuatu now. Looks for support. No. Tokyo, who's just gone in, tries to make a run here, but no chance. This time Vanuatu trying to make a breakthrough here. The Australians on standby, and they've won the ball back. Now a counter attack is an opportunity here, and a strike. No.
Justin Vidic didn't quite get a hold of that one.
No.
But again, it was Reece Bozanovski breaking with the ball out of midfield, and a nicely weighted pass. He teed up the Grimaldi goal, and he nearly had a second assist in a short space of time since coming off the bench.
Clark. Tokyo. Back to Clark. Across the field to Vanuatu. Vanuatu has gone to the right wing back now, I think. Nothing. Kalatan. Rolls the ball to Clark, who makes a long pass trying to find Jean Kaltak. And Tokyo tries to save the ball. He does, but the ball is played back to Coach, the keeper, who gave a long clearance kick only to as far as Jean Kaltak, who missed the ball. And now Australia are on the attack again.
This is Abel Wallity, who loves to cut inside onto his left foot if he's given room. He'll cut it back. Alagic to strike, and he's not far away. Well, he struck the crossbar in the first half, and Ethan Alagic tries that attempt from long range, just a yard or so over the crossbar.
And I would say that's a wake-up shot for Kalotang, who just came in and was still warming up, getting warmed up. So it's good to see him back on the field, Josh. So Australia back again on the ball, getting through the midfield. On the Vanuatu half now. Ball bounces back from Salemu. Salemu, who plays central midfield now. Tokyo. Tokyo finds, who's this?
That was John Will Wahali.
Yep.
Who was being held by Panache Madanya and wins a free kick.
Taken by Tokyo.
Tokyo, another Ifura Blackbirds player, getting a chance this afternoon. Another new name in the squad, not named in the OFC Nations Cup. Nathan Paul rises highest off the free kick.
Yeah, that's the advantage of the Australian defense, the heights. Now Vanuatu, let's see. A strike there and blocked by the Australian defense. Ball back to
won by Valadon, and it's going to be
Tasib, who plays the ball out of play and throw in for Australia.
Well, it's going to be Vanuatu's ball. Well, I don't think the officials were sure about that one.
Well,
it's 50-50, and
I saw it otherwise, but anyway. Tokyo, they take this throw in for Vanuatu and throws it straight to the Australian defense, and now they are organizing again from the back. Marius and Boss playing the ball now through to the midfielders here and onto the Vanuatu half, going through the left flank again. Vanuatu struggling to keep the ball, managed to keep the ball, and they miss the ball, goes out for a throw in for Australia. Vanuatu 0, Australia 3. It was 1-0 to Australia in the first half, and 2 goals in the second half has placed the visitors 3 points in the clear, unanswered goals. So we're seeing both coaches playing their most of the players already now. Australia again on the attack. Sorry.
Oh, good balance shown by Wallity. Manages to spring back to his feet.
Manages to keep the ball.
Here goes Panache Madanya. Drives it across the box, but it hits the first man.
And Thomas Salimu cleared only to as far as the Australian captain. And there's a free kick.
Yeah, Tony Kaltak just catching the heels of Ethan Alagich. 5 minutes added at the end of this one. 4th official with the board up. We'll have 5 minutes of stoppage time as Abel Wallity was standing in an offside position.
Clark for Vanuatu now. Looking for support, and to his right wing back, Wanamut. Again, back to him again. Wanamut to now Australia has won the ball back. Alex Saniel has won a throw in for Vanuatu. Gives it to Wanamut to take the throw.
That's neatly done by Jordi Tassip.
Now Tokyo with the ball now across, but no chance. Ball goes off play, and it's a goal kick for Australia.
Well, Moses, how have you assessed Vanuatu's performance this afternoon?
Well, it's a slow start for them, Josh, and it's good to see the team are trying to blend in with all the new players coming in, the former players coming in, trying to get a feel of the new coach. You know, Smelling just got into Vanuatu and trying to put a team together for the World Cup. So he just came in, he took the team to the Nations Cup, and now he's got some time to develop a squad for the World Cup qualifier in October. So it's good to see them trying to blend in here. Sean Galtag is on the field, his brother Tony, Ruben Jackie came on and has gone off again. We'll see how it turns out again on Sunday after today.
High ball for Nathan Paul to deal with. So we're expecting a bumper crowd on Sunday afternoon, the weekend game. Make sure you get down nice and early and get your tickets if you're coming. Ethan Cox puts his foot through the clearance. Alagich floats it in behind for Justin Vidic. Lays off for Wallity. Goes back to Jordi Valadon. Now Panache Madanya. And Wallity down the line. Alagich is the third man runner. And Bozanovsky in the middle had two chances. But couldn't finish his dinner.
He's just unlucky this afternoon, so...
Well, he lashed the first one into the defender, and the second one came straight back to him, but got underneath it with his weaker left foot and skied the shot. A disappointing end product for Reece Bozanovsky, but he's played well since coming on. Especially those nice through balls from midfield that we've seen a couple of times. See Jordi Valadon directing traffic, the Melbourne Victory midfielder who broke into the team last season and played in the grand final against Brian Kaltak's Mariners.
Here comes Australia again, and lucky Thomas Salem was there, and another corner kick for Australia.
Of course, it was the Mariners on the winning side that day.
Interesting. We haven't seen any goal from these corner kicks, Josh.
Vanuatu have defended the set piece as well. I'm sure Australia and their coaching staff will have a look at how they can better exploit these chances. Maybe now. Away by Jacques Wanamut at the near post. Matthews. Ball in by Bozanovsky, and it just drifts past everybody. Head in hands for Justin Vidic. He knew he had a little bit of space away from his marker there, but pass couldn't find him.
Clark to Wanamut. Back to Clark. Across. Now to Tokyo. Tokyo finds Kaltak. Salemo back to Masing. Masing back to Salemo Thomas. Looks for support. Back to his keeper, Masing. Masing tries to find Wanamut at the right flank or right wing back there, and Wanamut has just lost the ball. He tries to fight the challenge with the Australian left flank here, and he won a free kick instead, and the referee says, thank you very much, boys. It's the end of the first game. Australia have won 3-0. Josh?
Very promising first hit out for the Australian under-23s. They've got 15, 16 new players in this age group, and after a tightly contested first 45, it was Nathaniel Blair who found the breakthrough late in the half. Australia striking the crossbar either side of that goal through Aligic, and then that pile driver of a free kick from Jed Drew that left the woodwork rattling. But 1-0 it stayed up until half-time. And then in the second, it was Jed Drew who turned provider with the in-swinging cross. Perfectly timed run from Clayton Taylor, who glanced the header beyond the goalkeeper. And just after Vanuatu had turned to their bench, Australia pounced with the substitutes combining the two Western United teammates. Reece Bozanovsky sliding the ball through for Matthew Grimaldi, who rolled it home into the corner to make it Australia 3, Vanuatu 0 in the first of this two-match series. Moses, what have you made of the occasion and the match today?
Well, I see Vanuatu will be working on their blending strategy, while Australia will be working on the finishing touches. I think this is the obvious thing that we see out of this match this afternoon. Also, I think the two coaching departments will be looking at these. Like here, we can see the Australians creating so many chances, and they still can win.
Well, this was the big chance for Vanuatu. Tony Kalatang in the first half. That flashed very close to the far post and got the home fans excited. Godian Tenene was bright throughout. Another nice ball, and Hayden Matthews just there in time. Here's the free kick from Jed Drew. It was almost perfect and rattled the woodwork. And this is the nice combination play that led to the goal. Nathaniel Blair got two bites at it. The rebound spilling fortuitously straight back to him, and he made no mistake the second time. So,
yeah. So, like I said, these finishing touches will be the part of me. I think for me, Australia will be taking home to make sure. I think they should have scored a lot of more than 3 goals this afternoon, Josh, had they converted those opportunities that we see all throughout the matches in the first half and the second half.
Well, it's been great to see Australia return to Oceania for the first time in a long time. First time these national sides have come up against each other in 20 years. So a historic occasion, and it finishes 3-0 to Australia, but we'll see a rematch right here at Freshwater Stadium on Sunday. Same kickoff time, 3 p.m, so make sure you get down in numbers. Moses Stevens, it's been a pleasure having your company this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Josh. And to all of you watching us or listening, thank you very much to you all.
And a big pleasure for me to be on the mic as well. I've been Josh Parrish alongside Moses Stevens. The final score at Freshwater Stadium is Vanuatu 0, Australia 3.